Welcome guys and gals to a brand new episode, and this is my first reaction video. I have some really fun videos for us to break down.
Do it!
And really what I'm gonna do, let you know, is it true or false? Let's say that you yourself own one of the motorcycles in one of these movies.
All right.
Could you yourself do these stunts?
But
I'm going to give you a
warning.
I'm not endorsing, nor am I encouraging you to do these stunts.
No! Harry, no! Don't look at the light! I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
That were performed by professional. They had all the safety things and so forth, but really,
don't do anything you see that are portrayed here on the movies.
I'm just here going to talk about, is this something that is real or is it fake? You know, a lot of times Hollywood likes to make certain things obviously look like it is something that you can do.
Liar!
Well, let's see if that is truly something we can do.
So guys and gals, let's go ahead and dive into it.
And our first one is TRON Legacy. Yeah, I tell you, TRON is one of those movies. Well, I was there for the original, and when TRON Legacy came out, I was so hyped. The soundtrack, everything else, I just love that movie. But we're not talking about the speed cycles. What we're talking about actually is the beginning scene when the son of Flynn, he's on his bike and he's kind of doing this thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to first show the clip, and then we're going to go ahead and break it down. Is it real or is it fake? So let's go ahead and get into it. Because of copyright issues, I'm not going to be able to play the whole thing of music. So I'm going to edit and put my own style of music. But here we go. Ready? And so we're going to go ahead and go. Right off the bat. Isn't that just gorgeous? Gotta kill the music. It's so good. Now that you saw the whole clip, let's first and foremost, let's pause for a second and let's talk about how beautiful that Ducati is. Yes, that is a 2007 Ducati Sport 1000, and it's a Bipisto.
You really shouldn't mumble, because I can't understand a word you're saying.
My Italian's really bad, but there it is. That bike is just gorgeous, first and foremost. Representing clip, right? Let's go ahead and break it down. And obviously we're going to see, is it something that basically we can do on a motorcycle or not? So let's go ahead and try it out first. Let's see. I'm going to kill the music. And obviously right off the bat, we already know that doing this on a motorcycle by itself, you can do. Matter of fact, it's just proving on how beautiful, first and foremost, the cinematography in TRON Legacy is, but also that is definitely something you can do on your bike. Now, is it recommended? No, and the reason why is quite simple. One, right there, you're breaking the law, you're speeding. But second, when you're going so fast, you basically are now become a harder target to see when you're going that fast through traffic, and you already know that the faster you go, the harder it is for that person to actually see you. So therefore, there you go. But anyways, yeah, so this guy here, he goes, he takes off, and obviously the cop sees him. Now, one thing I definitely have to acknowledge when we see this, does turning off your lights work? if you clearly see around, see how the highway is clearly illuminated? It's really not going to work. If you're in a rural area, I guess, but I would not recommend it anyways. But this is the part that which everybody talks about, is this. Doing this stunt right here. He jumps off, bam. Could you do that on a Ducati 1000 Sport? That is the question. When you go down here, look at the tail end of this bike. You can clearly see it is a, you know, the round end, the bigger tire in the back. That is a Ducati Sport 1000 Bipto. But as you clearly see him here, and he turns around, goes in all this little spot, this is the part that we need to pay attention right there. Could you actually take a monster and do that? Well, here you can see that they used an actual more enduro bike, like a sports bike, not a dirt bike, because clearly, but they did use a different bike. You could clearly see their smaller exhaust, smaller tires. They just made it look like that was what was there. And you know, you have to give props because it's done so fast. It's so cool with how fast they did that it's really something you wouldn't recognize. But you can see in how he just basically does it very, very slow, and then when he jumps it, obviously the stunt guy did do that with the bike, but when he lands, you can clearly see on how far closer he actually is towards the bigger part of the pillar. But then when you actually see the movie and you continue it, you see in how he's much shorter back. So it's a cool little effect that they did to make it work, but it's something, again, not practical. So, but the question is could you actually do that if you had a 2007 Ducati Sport 1000? Well, yeah, you could, but let me ask you, do you think you'd be riding away? No, more than likely you would blow your front fork. You would be doing something. The front suspension is only so big, so therefore you know you're going to have issues right there with just bouncing. That bolt is not going to be able to take that big of a hit on a sports bike. You have to remember, a sports bike is specifically designed to actually keep you attracted to the road. So that suspension is actually pushing down kind of more than just a regular dirt bike or an enduro. You know, enduros or off-road bikes are designed for that travel, but sport bikes are designed to actually be pushed more firm to the ground. So when you're turning and pushing through a turn, that traction's there. Clearly, they just applied some movie magic, or look like you could do that, but it actually is false. But could you do it? Well, yeah, but would you want to?
Well, not with that bike. That's just wrong. That's wrong.
I love Tron Legacy, man. Love Tron Legacy. All right, let's move to our next one. Okay, guys, now we're doing clip number 2. And yes, this clip is none other from Mission Impossible number 2. I didn't plan that ahead. Before I dive into this one, and of course the motorcycle scenes that are in this video, definitely wanted to highlight how much I respect Tom Cruise and really what he has been able to bring to the table of riding motorcycles and doing his own stunts. I mean, the guy himself is a rock star, so he's got to get some major props here. But when we dive into this one, all I can say is I really wish you could see my face.
I don't even hear what you're saying right now because your face is driving me. Okay.
And if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will take off my helmet. But just know, we're going to play the clip like before, and then we're going to do the breakdown. Is it real or is it fake that you could do something that you see?
Here. Let's go.
Whew. That was hard. You know, Mission Impossible, when you want to think about a action movie,
See you, chump.
with a lot of just action, Mission Impossible 2 is definitely it. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into the breakdown. So we have Tom, and the first thing he's doing here is you know, his running stunt, and you know, you got to give the guy props for right there. You know, he's doing that front flip, landing on the side and all that things. But then you have the bike coming up, and yeah. Oh, by the way, you know, before I dive into that, just want to let you guys know, I think those are 99 Triumph Speed Triple. Fantastic bike. I'm gonna pause it right there, and just take a notice of the tire. We'll get back to that later. Okay, we get back, and then all of a sudden this other black Speed Triple comes up, and I didn't know bullets can curve, but you know what? No, we're still going to focus on the motorcycling here, right? So this guy gets shot. He lands, and you know, Tom does his typical change the clip, pick the bike up, got to put it in gear, and then takes off. All right, let's stop for a second. Let's break this down. Did you notice anything about that clip that was a little bit different, other than obviously the curving bullet and then the guy going the opposite directions, Newton's law? No. Let's go back and let's watch how Tom gets that bike up. He goes, and just right there. Did you notice that? He picks the bike up with one hand. Now, anybody who is a true motorcycle rider knows that you can't just pick a bike up.
I smell.
Nope.
It doesn't work that way. That bike is well over 430 something pounds. That is right there, that is fake. You cannot one-handed pick up a bike. Now, if you notice, you look at it, it's actually done in reverse. He's taking the bike, laying it down, then the guy just, you know, they put it. Again, movie magic, but that is something that is not realistic. You cannot pick up that bike by one hand. That's never going to happen. Second, if you notice the dirt flinging, we'll go to this part here. See the dirt flinging, how it's doing that? First and foremost, can you even ride a regular street bike with regular street tires on dirt or grass like this? Well, you're going to find out very quickly, no. So that's what I was saying beforehand. Pay attention to the tires. They switch tires, so when you look back at when he's picking up the bike, look at those front tires. Those, he has slick tires on. And then the other tires that you see him using when he's doing the rest of this stuff, they put off-road tires, or more of a grip, you know, tire for the dirt, because he needs traction. Regular street tires, that wouldn't happen. So again, fake. That's never going to happen. Tom is going on the grass, talking, communicating. Every time I see that, it just makes me giggle. Let's rewind that for a second. You know, obviously Tom, again, he's doing this stunt. That's why I said it's pretty cool that he can actually do that stunt. But I mean, he's doing it, right? But right there, it just makes me giggle every time I see it. It just reminds me,
I believe I can fly.
and yeah, he literally just floating. When I see that video, all I can think of is this.
I believe I can touch the sky.
We gotta see that again.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Anyways, so we got the guys. He does a little drop. Now on that one again, I'm not even gonna dive into that because we're gonna get to the next scene. Okay, here it is. Oh, Okay, in the comments below, who do you think right now, is that real or is that fake? Hopefully I think I gave it away. Let's rewind that again. If we watch this slowly, you can see on how he's basically, the bike is on a rig. He's holding on, but they're slowly just taking him down. Doing that type of jump by itself on a bike would be extremely tough on the suspension alone. But when you watch that clip again, you'll see how he's basically just floating, and then when he lands, it's very, very soft, I guess, in a way you want to say it. I mean, that's pretty soft. The director did pretty good, like he's doing a big impact, but no. And then the other thing I have is, if you look at watch it again, which you're going to be seeing, look at the distance. Okay. For him,
I smell. Nope.
to cover that long of a distance, doing that was real, he would have to be going super fast, but he's clearly not. So this is all a rig. It's a cool stunt, but it was not done practically in a way that a guy just jumped off and did it like Tron. He did do it on a bike. This is on a rig. So it's just tough watching. And then obviously goes away and he goes through the fire. And yeah, you could do that too. But it's a pretty cool, I mean, that's pretty cool little scene right there. So there you go. Okay, so we see Tom is just going away. Cool shot. Obviously, just the slow motion, the heat of the flames behind the bike. Just a really cool shot. But for this breakdown, clearly there are some definitely real things that could be applied, and there's a lot more fake than happened. So being on the grass, them doing that with a real bike, practical, having the proper tires, yes, you could do a peel out right on the dirt, do all grass, whatever. But to do those drop down jumps, those were on a rig and definitely not realistic, so fake. And you definitely cannot pick up a bike with one hand. So no, that's 100% fake as well. So other than that, guys and gals, this is going to take in, because this movie truly has a lot more motorcycle scenes in this. So we're going to do that for part 2. Come back. I will definitely do more of a breakdown with more scenes of this movie. And all I ask of you guys and gals is like, sub, and subscribe. And please do me a favor. Hit your notifications. And if you do like this type of content, leave a comment below. Recommend me some movies that I could do, and I will definitely make a list, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. But please be patient with me. I am the editor and creator of doing what it is, but hopefully you guys liked my style of breakdown of motorcycle rides in movies. Are they real or fake? Guys, thank you so much. Take care. Ride safe, ride smart, be smart, don't do drugs. And until next time, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I believe I can fly.